This is Another Man's Nostalgia with John.
Touch it, it falls. There you go, there you go, there you go. Good job.
Oh my god.
Nice and close.
Oh my god.
Here.
Chris.
It's like how when you're little and you go to see the Santa at the mall, you all think they all look the same, even though they're all different. The one I went to is the actual Santa. So,
Anyways,
And Justin.
whether it be better equipment, whether it be merchandise, whether it be
a gold hat for myself.
a gold hat for Justin.
The episode starts now.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Another Man's Nostalgia. We revisit everybody's favorite shows, movies, and games from the mid-90s to mid-2000s. I'd like to apologize for the terrible sound quality last week.
Just Chris.
You're not going to apologize last week. You're going to apologize now.
Well, yeah.
For it.
You know, yep, exactly. Did you have a good St. Patrick's Day?
Right back to season 1.
Yeah, that's right.
Season 1
Even
quality.
worse. It was even worse than that. Did you have a good St. Patrick's Day? Did you do anything fun?
I drank a lot of green beer.
I did not drink a lot of green beer. I drank a lot of actual, just regular beer, like regular people did.
Like a man.
Like a man. Yeah, I didn't drink no shitty green beer. Every time that I went, like, to St. Patrick's Day, I would talk to the bartenders about the green beer that they would always have, and they're like, oh, yeah, it's like the shittiest beer that we had, and we just put green stuff in it.
It's like Keystone.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thanks for the heads up. I ain't gonna drink that ever again. And they, like, overcharge people for, like, $5 for it.
Yeah, it's just green dye. That's all it is.
All right, so there's not really a lot of nostalgia news, I guess, for today.
Uh-huh.
So there was an image that came out last week of
Chris naked.
Oh, really?
Set the internet on fire.
That's a lot interesting than I was about to say. No,
Which one?
Luke Skywalker and Han Solo is reunited and in like a picture where they're just kind of hugging each other, and a bunch of fans went batshit crazy because they're both old. It's just old people hugging.
Mark Hamill and Harrison Ford, I assume you mean.
Yes,
Not the actual
I mean
fictional
not the
characters.
actual people. Like it's the actors.
Oh,
okay.
Wow. I was very confused.
I heard.
I think people
heard-
know what you mean when you say Mark Hamill and Harrison Ford.
Anyway, I hear The Bachelor this year is actually doing really, really well. And I looked up when The Bachelor actually started. It started in the early 2000s. I was surprised.
Hold on. What
Yeah,
the fuck are you talking about?
The Bachelor.
The Bachelor.
Why?
Me and my fiance. Me and my fiance.
Ooh.
We're actually watching it this year for the first time. It is a treat. Let me tell
I
you.
want to know why we're even talking about this on this podcast.
Because
Why not? It's hilarious.
Because it's getting this season's getting a lot more ratings than past seasons that it's had before. So
I feel like every guy doesn't
What do you
admit
fucking
that
do?
they've at least seen a couple episodes of this
Okay, yeah.
I'm not saying I
was
haven't
about to say,
seen it. I'm just saying I don't care about it.
I've seen, when it came to The Bachelor, I've seen at least one season. It was like 3 seasons ago, but I did see one season, and I was like, this shit's crazy. It's just hot girls fighting over this one guy.
show. How many years was it, John? Has it been?
It's been over 10. I know that.
17. I think it's 17.
Came out in 2002.
Yeah, 17 years. Crazy.
Yeah,
What a ride.
That's a
What
lot.
a ride.
Yeah.
It's still going strong.
What greatness.
You would have thought that people would just got tired of all this,
Yeah.
but no. Okay.
that
So yeah, that's pretty much it for my nostalgia news.
All right. So
We watched Luck of the Irish this week.
yeah, in celebration of St. Patrick's Day, we watched Look at the Irish from 2001 on the Disney Channel original movies.
What a
This
great-
was supposed to be my movie, but
No,
listen,
no, it wasn't.
I'm not gonna mention it anymore. Yes, I will. I will mention it every
great
time that we talk about a
representation.
good scene. I'm just like, oh Jesus, this must be my movie. All right, so this was it was probably tied for my favorite Disney Channel movie. It was probably tied
Okay.
with
It's a low bar.
Smart House.
What about Even Stevens?
No.
Okay.
No.
was your
I think we probably go back to that episode. You probably said it was your favorite. But all right.
This is the best movie in the world.
No. That's definitely not what I said. I
Okay,
said
all right.
it was one of my favorites at some point, maybe for like a week.
And
It was
cue
my
call back
favorite
here.
movie.
So when the Even Stevens movie came out, I was honestly really excited. It came out in 2003, so I was 13 years old.
This was prime Disney Channel movie.
It was.
So
No, but
Put it in.
Smart House and Luck of the Irish are definitely they're the ones that I've watched the most out of all
Okay.
probably the Disney movies.
Yeah. Justin, have you seen this before?
Nope.
No.
You
No,
have
I
some,
love-
you have some stupid facts about this why you love it so much and it's your movie, don't you?
I used to love this movie a lot. I think I've seen this a lot. So
Says the dude who has a story for every movie.
that's a good point.
Hey, Justin, I wasn't talking to you.
So
You
I
and
got
your
really into this
green
movie.
beer person that would drink that shit.
Look, I'm on my third beer today, and I'm a little frisky.
Spring break, man. Spring break.
I'm a little frisky today.
I like this movie a lot when I was little. This came out like when I was like 9 or 10, and I wanted to go to our talent show and do an Irish jig. I was pretty convinced I could have done it. My parents had to
Just
politely
like
tell
the
me I
guy in
couldn't.
the movie.
Exactly. It didn't look too hard.
Oh, no?
No, but my
Stand up
mom
right,
had to.
I want to see you stand up right now and try to show us what you
I don't
got.
want to. I don't want to just completely blow y'all's mind. You know?
Oh, no,
Like-
I'll film this and put it so our fans can see it. Like, don't worry about it.
I'll do it later.
You
I
just
ran
blow
this morning, so I'm a little tired.
I've been cramping lately.
Exactly. All right, so yeah, so I really like this. I'm excited. I'm excited to talk about it. Justin,
Justin, you got the plot?
Oh, am I doing the plot?
yes, you are. You've never seen this movie before.
All right. So there's this basketball kid. He's either in high school or junior high. I didn't figure it out till near the end.
It is
He's
very
apparently
misleading.
pretty lucky. His
Yes.
parents are a little weird about his heritage.
Yeah.
So he goes to an Irish festival. I guess that just happened to be going on. He gets his little lucky coin switched, and apparently his family is leprechauns, or at least his mom is, and he's slowly turning into a leprechaun. So they go on an adventure, a great adventure, to try and find who stole his coin. They figure it out, and apparently he's some evil leprechaun. They do some Irish games, and they play basketball, and everybody's happy at the end. And
Yeah.
that's
This sounds like a cartoon that could be told in like 30 minutes, like a 30-minute show.
And it was
True,
done in
true.
86.
How long was this movie?
86 minutes.
Yeah. about an
86
hour and a-
minutes.
Yeah, not even an hour and a half. So it's pretty much a TV show at this point.
Here's a word from our sponsor.
Homebrewed Tree Service has been providing the DFW area with world-class tree care for many years. When it comes to tree service in the DFW area, you can trust them to provide quality work with low prices and friendly, fair customer service. Whether you have a tree that needs pruning or complete removal and haul-off service, you can count on them for a wide range of expert care. Go to hbtreeservices.com and sign up for a free estimate.
I got one. I got a pun.
Okay, go for the pun, Justin.
Get ready to turn over a new leaf in your driveway. No, sorry. Hold on.
No,
In
we're
your
leaving that one.
pants. What?
Get ready to turn over a new leaf in your lawn.
Oh, I like the driveway better. It was funnier.
Damn it.
It came out in 2001. On the premiere, it was the highest rated Disney Channel original movie. It's also considered one
It
of the
did
best.
better than Smart House?
Yeah, it's also considered one of
What?
the best of all time. And they show it every.
It just got lucky.
Yeah, they show it every St. Patrick's Day. It's a good movie. Oh, Luck of the Irish. I
I
get
feel
it.
like that was really an
was
underrated
good.
joke.
That was a good one, Justin.
It's a
Sorry.
good pun. Good job.
All right, you got a good Irish fun facts theme, Justin? Because I have a couple.
Well, seeing as my heritage is 10 to 15%
Justin,
Irish.
you have a really good Irish accent, and I would love to hear it.
I
now.
do not have a really good Irish accent.
Don't keep
I'm
it from
not
the
gonna
people,
do it.
Justin. They want to hear it.
Here we go.
Alright.
Oh no, they're after my luck of the Irish. Fun facts.
What?
We don't wanna-
What was that?
Oh no, they're after my luck of the Irish. Fun facts.
So like, after me, Lucky Charms.
Yeah.
The after.
Look,
I.
y'all can do
Justin.
this if you want.
That was so disappointing.
Your Irish
No,
accent.
no,
Justin,
everyone wants you to do it.
Your
I
Irish
don't
accent.
think
There's no
that's-
way your Irish accent would have been worse than the ones in this movie because some of them are not good.
Okay, hey, let me
None
get
of these
this.
people were
Hey,
Irish.
yeah, I was about to
obviously.
say, were any of these people actually Irish?
No.
So it was perfect for the role.
Why would they do that? No, none of them were Irish.
No,
Um,
yeah, the kids.
The
but
bad guys
the-
from Missouri.
the grandfather,
Missouri.
the grandfather is his name is Henry Gibson. He plays the old Leprechaun, and he played Leprechaun in an episode of Bewitched 30 years ago. So.
So he had some experience.
The main dude's from
He had some
Oklahoma.
experience in the Irish
That's right.
accent.
That's right, he does. No, none of them were Irish. But it doesn't
Henry
mean it's
Gibson's from
bad.
Philadelphia. Germantown, Philadelphia.
So what did y'all think about this? Did y'all think it was a little racist, little
This movie was completely racist.
Well, it's not racist. It's culturally insensitive.
okay, culturally insensitive?
I don't think.
Okay.
What's
think-
the difference? What's the difference between culturally insensitive and racism?
Race is like, they're
I guess.
still
Okay,
white.
okay, yeah, it's
Yeah,
the color of the
yeah.
skin. Yeah, you're right.
But it's interesting because the whole movie is like talking about how like Irish like had everybody's the same, and yet it was kind of culturally insensitive to Irish people.
The
It's very
grandpa
interesting.
owned a potato chip factory.
He was
He
the one
drove
that
a green
sliced
car.
Yeah. Oh man, it's interesting.
Someone's gonna message us that's from Ireland, and they're gonna be like, "My father owns a potato factory." Like, I don't know what you're talking about.
The mom was feeding him tons of meat and potatoes in the morning.
Yeah.
In the morning,
You're too
what was
skinny.
that? In the morning.
In the all the games at the end was a kilt. They all had kilts on. It was they went for it. They went all out.
Okay.
Nothing was held back.
So this is the same kid that was from Smart House, right?
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Okay.
Two
Yeah,
years
that's what-
later.
that's
Maybe
what I
1 year
thought.
later. Yeah.
What was the? I don't remember when Smart House came out, honestly.
1999. So it was 2 years later. Yeah, he definitely shot up in those 2 years. That's for sure.
At the very beginning of this movie, the parents creeped me out. Did
Yes.
it creep anyone else out?
No, it's supposed to. They did like weird camera shots.
They
and
were
looked
like-
they were like, yeah, they're up to something. That's for sure.
They were suspicious from the jump. Like you.
I
Just,
liked
you-
it.
You did?
I mean, I liked how like it was like a Twilight Zone almost. I liked it. It's kind of a weird feel to it. I thought it was
They
pretty
filmed.
cool.
Yeah, they filmed it weird when it came
Yeah,
to
it was
like
awesome.
every single time the dad or mom talked, it was like right up in their face, and it was like a low panning of their. I don't know.
I think
It's the
Dad's a
same
little
thing
bit-
every Disney Channel movie does, or Disney Channel show. It makes the parents really
How dare you.
stupid.
This is nothing like
How
the other shows.
dare you?
If
How
you've
dare
ever
you
watched a
say
Disney
that?
Channel show, most of the time the parents are complete morons half the time.
You think these movies are going to be on Disney's streaming service? I hope so. It'd be so cool.
I don't know.
That'll cause me to get on it.
Me too. All right. The first scene is very dramatic. He's like at like a talent show. But he's having a dream, but they keep like doing like crazy flashes to all the different people in the
Oh,
audience.
and surprising, he's like really tiny in that.
he's a
room.
sort. Yeah, it's like he's seeing his future.
It's like I was about to say, it's like he's a leprechaun.
yeah.
I was like, whoa, we're already starting off there? All right.
He's been a leprechaun the whole time. Yeah, and then
He could
but
use
then
that
he
to
wakes-
his advantage.
Yeah,
There's-
that's true.
There's good and bad things he could do with that.
What can he do that's bad,
Let's,
Justin?
let's leave it at that.
I want to hear. I want to hear.
Justin's
Fit-
smiling right now, and I don't know what's going on in his mind.
Fit in
You know.
cracks, fit in cracks of doors and stuff like
You
that.
know, yeah, you know,
All right.
yeah. Steal
about
the
to-
Okay, hey,
homework.
I have a
He's
Homework
about-
answers.
So
Good.
this dude is lucky all the way up to like where we like see him in this movie. How does he not know that he's like the luckiest person in the entire world?
You
How
would
do
think that
not-
he would.
How do you not know by now that you are
Yeah.
the luckiest person in the entire world?
He said it was all talent. Him slapping that basketball into the net was all talent for him, apparently.
I'm just really good at volleyball.
Yeah, so one of the first scenes is he talks to his parents, and his parents don't tell him where he's from because he's a leprechaun, and they're like, no, I ain't gonna do that. So
Yeah.
then it goes to a basketball game, and literally at the very end of the game, the ball is about to go out of bounds. The dude slaps it into the goal.
That's right. Yeah, it's complete talent. I think so. Don't you think that at some point in his life he would have gone a day without his coin though, and been like, "Oh, what a bad day." But literally, they're saying every single day he wore that coin. But why didn't the parents tell him? They should have just told him. None of this would have
I
happened.
say that
I don't
too,
understand.
anyways.
I don't understand the
Yeah, they
big
do tell
deal of not telling him that he's a leprechaun.
Yeah, I don't
Like,
get it
what
either.
is the big? It's not a big deal.
No.
So then this is one of my favorite scenes. I guess it's like the next day or something like that, and everyone's celebrating, everyone's giving a high five. Did anyone at our high school give
the jocks
athletes
high
high five? Like when they I know none of our athletes did really good in high school.
Yeah, we had to
because-
win to do that.
I was about to say, none of our athletes were like completely over talented. But
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Did anyone
Especially
like
like tennis team, they sucked really bad.
Oh wow. Oh.
Well. Oh, we got high fives, John, all the time.
It doesn't count
We
from
gave
each other.
We gave each other high fives all the time.
Exactly.
Did it count from our girlfriends that gave us high
Probably
fives?
must have been.
right.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
but,
so one of my favorite scenes is the test.
yes. So he takes a test. Let's talk about the test because I don't know if y'all noticed, but so he's daydreaming about where he's from because he realizes he doesn't know, and he takes it and then he's daydreaming the whole time. The bell rings, so very quickly he just marks down the answers, and then the teacher sees him and he's like, "Hey, you can't do that. You can't rely on luck the rest of your life." But he ends up getting them all right.
It's so funny.
But
Like he
if you look at
just
the
like
test,
flipped off the teacher. He's like, "Fuck
Yeah,
you."
basically. He
I
just shrugged
guessed
and
on
walked
everything
off.
and got it right.
But if you look at the test, it has it literally goes A B C D
A B C D.
It's like, well, all right.
It was a pretty.
The teacher,
It was a pretty terrible test.
the teacher should be more mad at himself for just letting that happen.
He probably just looked online and downloaded it, like I do half of my stuff.
So at this
So-
point,
Yeah, go ahead.
it goes to the parents now. Again,
Yeah.
back to the parents, and he's asking the parents more questions, and the parents are creeping me the fuck out because they're just like, "Oh no, we're from Cleveland."
Buffalo. I think my dad came from Buffalo.
And then we moved to Cleveland.
It was in Cleveland. Yeah, and then
What?
what was I gonna say? Good.
I was just thinking, like, if you were a kid and your parents were telling you this, what would you tell them? I would be just fucking tell me.
Yeah,
Is it-
exactly.
What is the problem here?
I don't know. They should have told him.
Then they're gonna be a leprechaun. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Would that freak you out if your parents told you you were a leprechaun
Yes.
right now?
Oh, hey, you're really 1 foot tall.
hey,
but there's this
Chris.
magic coin that if you ever lose, you're gonna be a leprechaun for the rest of your life.
Every St. Patrick's Day, I get terrified as the conversation's coming.
Parents invite me over for
Yeah. It's like,
St.
why do you want
Patrick's
me to
Day
come down
dinner.
there? Yeah,
Who has
exactly.
a dinner on St. Patrick's Day, Mom? Oh, it's just a tradition.
Your mom's in the corner. She's cooking all this meat.
No. I've seen
No,
this
stop
before.
it.
I know
I
what's
know what's
happening.
about to happen.
Hey, did y'all see that sick Mac that he was working on when he was trying to figure out his heritage?
Oh, the colored
Those-
Mac, the
Those
iMac.
cool colored Macs.
Those
They
are
had the
pretty
handle-
awesome.
The handle in the back in case you wanted to carry it somewhere.
You know, I used to hate working on those Macs because they were so like unintuitive.
Yeah, they weren't great.
It was really weird. I mean, Macs nowadays are fine, but
But every school had them at that time.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was
yeah.
I was watching a documentary a couple days ago, and it's over the 2000s.
Nerd.
I think CNN just put it out.
Oh, yeah, on Netflix.
And-
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. And
nerd.
they were talking about like the Macs and different things and how they weren't that popular until Steve Jobs put in Mac stores to like all over the place, and like school districts just picked it up so fast after just
Yeah.
going to one of those stores. I
That's
just
what
thought that was crazy.
That's what everybody was aiming for. Everybody wanted to be in the schools, and he was the first one to do it with his. What y'all kids get at school now? Do they get like iPads or anything, or?
My
kids
students
don't.
have like
Oh,
a
yeah,
Lenovo
yeah.
laptop.
No, they don't get iPads, but they can use iPads. They don't they're not able to take them home.
Oh, okay.
My district gives out
okay.
everybody a laptop,
Really?
like a full-fledged, full-blown laptop.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
some kids do that.
It's lockdown hardcore, but they find a way.
They find a way.
They
They download porn to it. Is that what they do?
No, most of those stupid kids watch it on the library computers.
Oh, that's smart.
Is that how you found out about my nude getting out, Justin?
Pretty much.
Okay.
He was just
I know that guy.
He was just browsing around the library, and one of the kids were looking at you, and he was like, "Oh, I know that
There's
guy."
Chris.
My best friend's right there. Huh.
I've seen that before.
All right.
All right,
Sorry. Back to
so
the
the
story.
next
okay.
thing-
So
Next thing
Yeah,
he does,
yeah.
he goes to he finds out on some bench has
Yeah.
the same symbol that his coin does, his Irish coin. So, and it's an Irish
Yeah.
festival, so he goes to the Irish festival. Starts to dance, man.
every time that the lead dancer touches one of them, they just automatically have to start dancing, and it happens to him also.
That's annoying.
That's pretty cool though. Irish jigging is pretty awesome. Like when you look at it,
I mean, apparently you wanted to be an Irish
can't.
jigger, so
I can do it.
dude,
John.
you can't.
I'm just tired today.
No, I think
Yeah.
you tried it and you failed, and you're getting crushed by your dream that you couldn't accomplish.
We'll make you do it at your
You're right.
wedding.
Okay.
I'm gonna learn it. I'm gonna learn it and do it at your wedding.
You can do that. That's fine. I would be very impressed, and I would.
And
join
then
you.
I'm just gonna flip you off and say, "Hey, I did it." You.
That's an
John's
odd way
gonna be
to
super-
celebrate, but all right.
John's gonna be super hammered at my wedding. He's just gonna start thinking he's jigging, and then probably throw up afterwards.
I'm jigging, guys.
But while they're there, there's a shady guy. Oh, they meet a shady man who has a snake on his shoe, and he's just an old man who's like talking about weird stuff, and then in his shoes, and then
He's just an old man. He's just talking like a regular old man does, you know.
an old Irish man who probably has nothing to do with the future of the movie. But then while he's
No
jigging,
foreshadowing at all.
while he's jigging, someone runs into him, and he steals his luck. He puts a lay on him, and he steals his luck, but he gives him a fake one.
That
morning he
classic
wakes up.
Irish lay.
Why did they have lay at that festival?
So the next day was one of my favorite parts of the movie.
Yeah.
It's the mom. She has a terrible Irish accent, and then okay. Hey, what's the kid's name?
Kyle.
I don't know why, but I have Charlie written in like all my comments.
Definitely not Charlie.
It says Charlie starts to have a lot of bad luck at school.
That's why it's not your movie. You can't even know the first name.
It's Jake? 'Cause they
Kyle
said-
O'Reilly.
What'd you say?
Kyle.
Sorry.
Wasn't Charlie his... Wait.
Is Charlie his name on Smart House? That'd be funny.
Oh, no, I was thinking maybe it was his best friend's name, but his best friend's name was Russell.
So Kyle,
Uh-huh.
he starts to have bad luck at school, and he
Yep.
has a basketball game, and he doesn't do good at the basketball game.
Sure.
'Cause
And-
he says that I was out there, and it was like that I'd never played basketball before.
my favorite part was that they're driving home, and he's like, I don't know, what was wrong with me tonight? I can't figure it out. And, the mom's all crazy Irish right now, so she says,
You don't need to be playing basketball. You should be hurling.
Mom, I'm not sick. I just played lousy.
this is really good. Because hurling, I guess, is a sport, which you find out later. It's a Irish sport.
Chris, you should know this. You should look up all this stuff on Irish stuff because you're about to get told that you're a leprechaun.
That's true. I need to embrace it. It's like, I was ready for this. I know what's happening.
Okay, so the whole entire movie, they're talking about luck, and it's super annoying. Like, they have, like, all these, like, really, I don't know, not sensitive moments, but it's a, like, a monologue of someone
Right.
saying, "Oh, well, you don't really need luck to get through life." Like, and it's just
But we
Yeah.
need that coin back.
Please.
please.
You don't
Our
need
company
to
will
do
do
This is
anything.
the grandfather say, "If I don't get my coin back, we're gonna go bankrupt, and the family's gonna be ruined."
Yeah.
But you
But
don't
they don't
need
need
luck,
the luck.
son.
But-
You're fine.
Also, you'll shrink down to a foot. So I'm trying to get that coin if I were you. But he does start getting shorter. He gets red hair, and his ears get pointy. Which
And
I guess that means-
his mom is getting more intense when it comes to everything. She's
And all of a
making a
sudden-
lot more meat.
Yep. And all of a sudden, she's a foot tall.
Yeah, he goes home because he's shrinking, and
Yeah.
he's freaking out. And then he
Yeah.
goes home and his mom's a foot tall.
Yep. Which what do you think of the special effect on that? Was it all right?
It was great.
Yeah, it's okay.
I don't think it was bad.
How do you think they reacted in the bedroom when it came to that?
Oh gosh.
It's so big.
Oh boy. Okay. So then what happens? Then he says, but there's this creepy man. I like this line a lot too. It's so stupid. He goes, there's this weird old man at the fair that I was at, and she goes,
Now, what's this about an old man? Grey in the hair, was he?
Yeah.
yeah, that's an old man. Old men have gray hair.
You're just describing every single old person in the
Exactly.
entire world.
But they realize it's him because he has a snake on his shoe, and so they realize it's his granda. as he
It's his
says.
granda.
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 So then they go for the potato factory, but they can't get in. But the overachiever
Potato
girl.
factory.
Let's talk about Bonnie real quick. What do y'all think of Bonnie, the love interest, kind of, or the
She's kind of a
friend?
jerk.
She's terrible.
I didn't think she was a really good love interest. And at the very end, did they even kiss? Did they even
No,
kiss?
I don't think.
I don't care.
Maybe
They
they
didn't
weren't.
even get together at the very end. This is so stupid.
You're just
Because
a dumb
she was-
jock.
She's not a really important part in this movie, honestly.
She's just annoying. Yeah, she keeps calling him a dumb jock. She keeps making he's trying to do research on his heritage. She's like, oh, basketball is on this page. It's like, well, shut up.
Well, even if you are some kind of mindless jock, you still got a heritage.
Mindless?
If you're looking for sports trivia, try gofindalife.com.
Actually, I'm looking for information on my family. You know, my heritage.
You're a nice guy and all that, but you'd be a better person if everything hadn't always been so easy for you. That wasn't luck. That was practice. You know, hard work.
And if you're American, especially if you're for a lot of white Americans, we're so we have so much different heritage. We're
Yeah.
mixed up.
Yeah, exactly.
Like there are definitely plenty of people who immigrated, but if your family's been here for a long time, that American's your heritage.
Yeah, exactly.
Like we had this obsession with because I even said it earlier, I'm like 10% Irish, but
Yeah.
I'm not really.
right. Yeah, it's true.
My
So-
heritage would be what? More Texan than anything else? Probably.
So, yeah, she was very forgettable. She was
And very
She's a
annoying.
bitch.
She was a very forgettable character.
She's a big bitch. is what
I'm
she
not gonna
was.
say. Hey, so I remember Ren. You guys remember Ren? I remember
That's right.
Ren.
Okay,
So,
don't remember
Ren
this.
was your
Very,
favorite,
she
John.
is very rememberable when
Yes.
it comes to
Red
like,
memorable? Yeah.
rememberable.
What about the girl?
comes to-
Yeah.
What
when it
about the
comes
girl
to
who threw her
movies.
sweater? What about the girl who
So-
threw her sweater in Smart House?
She's rememberable too. I definitely remember her.
That was a crazy party.
I do not remember this girl. She's
No,
very forgettable.
It's weird.
That
But
was
anyways,
Did you
That was her
ever-
glass
hey,
slipper.
Okay, so, Chris, you watched this movie a lot more
Yeah.
than any of us have. Do you remember
Yeah.
her? Like a lot of her lines, or do you remember what significant that she had?
I mean, I remember her being in the movie because she's the one that kept pressuring him to figure out his heritage. So Russell, his best friend, who I thought he was pretty cool.
No,
He was fine.
he was my favorite character. I did not like. I almost called him Charlie again. I did not like Kyle
Jake.
as a character. I don't know why. I just didn't think he was as strong. But I did like. What's his name? Russell.
Russell. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So his dad, and I don't know who this is. Maybe y'all do. Y'all know more about basketball than I do. His dad is Thurl Bailey. Sound familiar to you guys?
Nope.
So he was like a basketball
I'm
player
gonna
in the 80s. He played for the Jazz and Timberwolves for 16 years, and then he was a broadcaster.
It's a pretty good little career.
You can tell, man, he's a tall dude. Like when in that last scene when they stand up and they're singing the song, and he's like 2 feet taller than Russell. He's a big boy.
Big boy.
Yeah, no, I've seen him before.
Yeah, in the movie. Luck of the Irish.
No.
Okay.
Somewhere else.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. I want to see this because I just Googled him, and then, like, the second thread is his wife. I don't know what she looks like.
I bet
Probably
she's really
hot.
So, there's one picture of him with it's his wife and his 2 kids. And then the next picture, it's a completely different girl with his 2 kids than him.
Well, he's, he's a basketball player. He has many lovers.
All right, so can we start talking about the bad guy now?
Sorry, okay. Well, first we gotta go to the, so they go into he sneaks into the potato factory with Bonnie, and they talk to his grandfather, and his grandfather tells him, no, it was
His granda.
Granda. And then what was the guy's name? The bad guy? What's his name? Clavis?
Seamus
Claris?
McTiernan.
Seamus McTiernan, that's right. And what do you think about the look of this guy? This guy has a interesting look to him. He's dark black hair, very pale.
Pale?
Very pale. Very
He's
blue
like a
eyes.
fake Elvis wannabe.
He really does do y'all remember the show Beetleborgs?
Oh,
Yes.
like the clown dude.
Yes.
The clown dude. He looks like the clown dude. from
yeah.
Yes, he
Beetleborgs.
does.
Maybe he
So we
actually
should-
played him.
Will you put a picture of that up?
Yeah, no, just the 2 side by sides.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
Oh, no, it wasn't him.
Oh,
That wouldn't
sad.
surprise me if it was, though.
Yeah, he looks like him. But
Apparently, this dude has like done a bunch of stuff, though.
The guy that played
he's probably a big name.
Seamus.
Seamus?
Apparently,
Riley
he was in
Riley?
Sight.
Seamus, I don't know.
Let's call him
Oh, he
Riley
was the
Riley.
main dude in Gallivant.
He's what?
He was the main dude in Gallivant.
Ooh. Let's just call him Seamus McShavis, because we call it
Seamus
the other guy's name-
McShamus.
The other guy is Riley O'Reilly, much like Mario. What'd y'all think of how when he sucked at basketball, all those girls did not care for him anymore when he came back and he sucked?
I mean, why would they?
You suck at basketball.
I mean, that one chick kissed him at the end of the other game, and then
Yeah,
just
I know.
wanted nothing to do with his dick afterwards.
She's like, oh, look, it's Drew, or whatever the guy's name is. And I'll
Fucking Drew.
Drew.
What a slut.
So anyways, yeah, so I liked Seamus McShamus. Did y'all like him?
Yeah, he was pretty
Seamus
good.
McShamus.
Yeah,
He was the only
good.
decent part of this movie.
He might actually be Irish, but probably not.
He's not.
There was
Hold
at
on.
one part. Okay, hey, I don't know if this is like a fun fact or anything like that, but at one part in this movie, he was drinking a beer in a Disney
Yes.
Channel movie.
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
That's probably the first time it's ever happened. I can't think of another time.
I mean,
But they're-
that's
but
a
they're
real
Irish,
true
it's just-
Irishman right there. He's drinking a beer.
He's actually from
You know.
Missouri.
Is he? And they sneak in there and they steal the... This is where it gets weird with the leprechauns, because it seems that leprechauns have powers that they never quite explain. Because the grandfather, like, spins the lock to unlock it.
Well, no.
And-
Before this, don't you have your amazing car chase to get there?
Oh, that's right, yes. Yeah, you have a good old car chase in his green car.
It was amazing.
What do y'all think?
It was amazing.
Yes. And at this point, his
It
beard's
was just
growing.
like Fast and the Furious, except it was green.
Good point.
Fun fact, that was the inspiration for that movie. That scene.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
So then that happened, and then they had this like really weird, sad sob thing with every one of the family. They're like,
the
the
rain?
car broke down. It's raining outside. I don't know what to do.
yeah,
I'm
it
so
was bad.
unlucky.
But the rain means that there's a rainbow, and at the end of every rainbow is a pot of gold. So they go to the
Oh,
pot
and
of
when
gold.
Russell was like,
Well, I could. If I was only 200 years younger.
No. The rainbow's just the sunlight refracted in the clouds. There's no end.
You're some kind of scientist.
I'd like to be one someday.
Yes, well, I'm a leprechaun. So don't be telling me about rainbows. Hey, look over there.
There's a very blurred line in this movie between Irish people and leprechauns. Like, they kind of make it sound like every Irish person is also a leprechaun. It's very confusing.
I need.
That's
wow.
true.
I need to have a conversation with my girlfriend because she's like full Irish. So.
Whoa, John.
Whoa.
Where's her lucky coin? Bring her in there. Bring Peyton in. Ask her. Ask her where her lucky charms are.
So they get their coin back, and then the greedy old man wants to steal the rest of the coins.
This is a pot of gold here. I don't know.
Exactly.
What would you guys do with a pot of gold? Like, if you had a pot of gold sitting right there and you knew someone just stole all that stuff, would you take it?
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
Just immediate.
That shit's not traceable. I don't care.
So true.
What's up?
Ask her where her Lucky Charms are.
Hello, Irish lady.
Ask her where her Lucky Charms are.
I can't do that.
Do it.
Seamus McShamus senses that they're stealing the coin, so again, this is where you don't really know his powers, because he then appears out of like thin air and like grabs the old man, but then like teleports him outside. Very odd.
Yeah, that was a really weird power. I don't know how. He is. So there was a what would you call it? Invisibility.
Right.
He could transport,
and
he could transport other things.
Yeah, it's very odd, very odd. And then and then later he grabs the necklace out of him without touching him. I don't understand the leprechaun's powers in this movie. Anyways,
flesh out the lore a little bit better.
They're gods.
They do.
They're just gods.
I guess so. They need to make a second one, and they need to explain all this.
Fuck no.
So then they decide to have a wager on who gets the coin, even though it should technically be Kyle's because it's his coin. But where they do sports, to see who's a better sportsman, and they do all Irish sports, and they throw a rock, they jog,
they throw a wheel,
they throw a wheel, they play rugby. They do a jig, and Kyle wins by breakdancing, which is interesting to say the least.
He does the windmill.
Yeah, he does the windmill. It's definitely him. I bet you anything it was him doing his own stunts.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Anything. Anyways, they tie because for some reason these people made 8 games, which was why would you make
but
even
that crafty Seamus? Oh, that crafty Seamus!
I knew this was gonna happen.
Crafty Irishman.
He didn't beat him.
Yeah, that's right.
So he won 4 and they won 4. Or Seamus, whatever his name is.
Seamus McShamus. Yeah.
And then he said, since we tied, you don't get the coin, so I get to keep your freaking coin.
Messed up.
Why can't you just take the coin? The dude's like the same size as him, and he's in middle school. Just take the freaking coin.
But he's Seamus McTiernan. He's crafty.
They do one more bet where they're going to play basketball. And so they go back to the state championship. And I guess the leprechauns took the bodies of some teenagers.
Some young boys.
Oh, yeah, okay. I had a question. Some teenage
Come here,
boys,
little boy. We're going to play
what
basketball.
happened to them? Did they go back into their bodies? Did they transport to Ireland? What happened to them?
They probably just blacked out and they woke up like, Dad, I don't remember the game at all. I don't know what happened.
Or did did they play the game and just had no control of what they were doing?
Yeah, they had no control over their bodies. That's probably what it was.
Just screaming inside.
And then they disappear. Everybody that was at the game disappeared. So I'm guessing all of them are. I don't know.
How did they do that? How did they? Okay, so they win the game. What's his name?
Yeah.
Russell wins the game, right? Russell wins the game for him.
Yeah, Russell won the game. Yeah.
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 And everyone disappeared for like, I don't know, 5 minutes, and then they reappeared after the bet was final, saying that you're going to the shores of my father.
I like this part. Yeah.
No, it was really clever. I liked it too.
It was crafty.
What was the line, Chris?
Crafty
It was
Irishman.
Crafty Irishman. It was.
I said the shores of Erie.
Would you at least learn how to say it? The land to your fathers isn't Erie, boyo. It's Era.
My father's from Cleveland.
So then he like shrinks, and that shrinking
that was bad.
Was terrible.
That was bad.
That was terrifying.
And when he's small, he's like really bad green screen. You can
Get
see
ready for it. Get ready for it, Chris. It's gonna hurt.
They must have ran out of money on the budget or something. But and then they sent him to Lake Erie, and then he said, "I hope he can swim." So apparently he's just gonna die. in the lake. I mean, he's a little guy. He can't swim too far, so he's probably dead.
It's not gonna be that big of a deal.
Happy ending though. What?
It's not gonna be that big of a deal.
It'd be funny if he was in the water and a bird just comes eats him or something.
Or a fish.
When he's small. Or fish, yeah. Okay, so then then they reappear and they're back with the entire fans. He has his luck back. And then he does his little heritage dance where he jigs with his Cleveland Browns shirts.
To This Land Is Your Land.
And then they all sing This Land Was Your Land.
Yeah, that was weird. That was a really weird ending.
This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island. From the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. As I was walking that ribbon of highway, I saw above me that endless skyway. I saw below me that golden valley. This land was made for you and me.
It was. But you know what? It is your land and our land and everybody's lands.
They can't... They had to throw some American thing in it, you know?
Exactly.
It's too much Irish stuff.
Yeah,
We needed to throw that American
still America.
song in there.
All right.
Just want you Irishmen to know it's America.
All right, so, John, what did you think?
It was great. No, it was a lot different than I remember because the last time I watched this movie, I was a kid. I don't know if you guys watch it every... I don't know if you watch it every St. Patrick's Day. I don't know if you watched it this St. Patrick's Day.
I did watch it this St. Patrick's Day, but I haven't seen it in a long time.
So yeah, I didn't think it was as good as I remember, but I'm still gonna give you a point for it because I did have a lot of nostalgia for it. I thought it wasn't as good as I remember, but it was still a good movie.
Cool.
Yeah.
Justin?
This movie was alright.
Pretty good concept, right? Good, sorry. Good. I'll let you do it.
Is Justin gonna give the full point or is he gonna give the half? Let's see.
My problem with it is that there was
Did
so
you fall
much
asleep? If you didn't fall asleep, you gotta give me a point. That's the rule.
No, it's not how that works.
Okay.
What?
I feel like if this was a little less corny and I don't know how to put it. It's just so metacore.
Okay.
There's nothing super bad about it.
Is metacore the right way to say that, or is it mediocre? Are there two different ways to say that?
Mediocre and metacore, same thing.
I never heard metacore before, but I'll take your word for it. Yeah.
I've never heard of it either, Chris. When he said it, I was like, oh, did he fuck up? Or is he actually trying to say
metacore is a real word.
Okay, all right.
I just don't know if this is a really, really good movie or a really, really bad movie. It's in the middle for me. I'm going to give you half a point.
Okay.
Mostly because they couldn't think of something Irish besides potatoes, rainbows, green cars. Really?
Meat. Lots of meat. Who doesn't
Okay.
like?
I'll take half a point. Before I give you my thoughts, I'm going to play you guys something real quick. This is how I pronounce mediocre.
Mediocre.
Okay. Well, we all learned something.
All right, metacore is
We
a
all
real
learned
word.
something today. Justin learned that he's been saying it wrong for his whole life.
Hold on.
Okay.
My
So
thought-
you
my
can
thought-
find his. You can find.
No, I
his
gotta do my thought. I gotta do my thought.
I thought you already did it.
No. I really liked rewatching this. I have a lot of nostalgia for it. There's a lot more plot points or plot holes and stuff that I noticed this time that made it a little bit worse. But I still think the premise is really interesting.
Where's the way I pronounce it? I'm telling you, this is a real word.
Because it doesn't exist, Justin.
Anyway, so I really enjoyed it. I'm glad I rewatched it. That's my final thoughts.
Okay.
What are we watching next week, John? This is your next. You have next week.
Oh, we're watching Rocket Power.
Yeah.
We're
We're riders on a mission. That's for sure.
Yeah. All right. So You
Good.
can find us on social medias at Another Man's Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Give us a follow. We put out clips of our show, and if you want to message us, you can message us on our social medias or on our email at anothermanspod@gmail.com.
It's more like messaging
Correct.
John, not us.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say something stupid about the dank memes.
Dank memes? Yeah.
Go check out some of our old episodes.
Yeah.
That we don't really have them in a specific order, so you can go check out any episode and kind of just dive right in. We would recommend this week that you go and watch Even Stevens, which is season 1, episode 4, and Smart House season 1, episode 14. Those are some of our favorite episodes. I know there's some of my favorite because they were mine, but they were also Disney Channel movies, so I think it would be pretty cool. We also have a Patreon. If you want to give us $2, we will rewatch any show or movie that you recommend that was in the 90s and 2000s that you suggest. So you also will get extra content if you do donate as well.
Even Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 2.
Yeah.
No. No. That's the limit.
If they ask for it, we have to do it. So
Please
I
don't.
think that would outweigh our our votes.
It would, unfortunately.
You can also listen to us wherever you listen to podcasts.
Yeah. Sure. No. Some of them haven't been doing very good. Some of them have been a little metalcore. Wait, what is it? Metacore. I'm sorry.
Apple Podcasts, Podbean, Spotify, Castbox, Stitcher.
Thank you guys for listening. We will see you next week with Rocket Power Season 1.
Peace.